Welcome back to the Clever Pixel channel. Today, we're diving into the world of science, the study of the universe and all its wonders. We're going to uncover 10 crazy science facts that sound totally made up, but I promise you they're 100% true. Get ready to have your mind blown. We're talking about things that seem impossible, like a day lasting longer than a year on another planet, or the sheer number of trees on Earth dwarfing the stars in our galaxy. And trust me, we're just getting started. So, strap in, get your thinking caps on, and get ready for a wild ride through the unbelievable truths of our universe. Let's get started. Number 1. Alright, science fans, let's dive into the delicious world of fruit. You think you know your fruits, right? Apples, oranges, bananas, easy peasy. But what if I told you our friend the banana is technically a berry? Now I know what you're thinking. Bill, a berry has seeds on the inside and bananas don't have seeds. And you're right, most of the bananas we eat today don't have those hard, annoying seeds. But that's because they're specially cultivated that way. Wild bananas actually do have seeds. What makes a berry is all about how it develops from the flower. Berries develop from a single ovary and have their seeds inside the fleshy part of the fruit. Think blueberries, grapes, even watermelons. Strawberries, on the other hand, are what we call accessory fruits. Their fleshy part doesn't come from the ovary but from the part of the plant that holds the ovaries. Those tiny seeds on the outside of the strawberry, those are actually the fruits. Number 2. Let's talk about the sheer scale of things in our universe. We've got billions of stars and galaxies and billions of galaxies in the observable universe. It's mind-boggling. But hold on to your hats, because there are more trees on planet Earth than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. You heard that right? Scientists estimate there are about 3 trillion trees on Earth. That's a 3 followed by 12 zeros. Now the Milky Way, our home galaxy, has an estimated 100 to 400 billion stars. That's a lot of stars, but it's dwarfed by the sheer number of trees. It's a reminder that even on our own planet, there's incredible abundance and diversity. So next time you see a tree, take a moment to appreciate it. They're more special than you might think. Number 3. Have you ever heard the saying, slow and steady wins the race? Well, in the race to freeze, sometimes it's the hot water that takes the gold. It's called the Mpemba effect, and it's a real head-scratcher. Imagine this, you've got 2 identical containers, one with hot water and one with cold water. You put them both in the freezer at the exact same time. You'd think the cold water would freeze first, right? But sometimes, the hot water freezes faster. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly why this happens. Some theories suggest it has to do with the way hot water cools, potentially losing heat faster through evaporation or forming a different ice crystal structure. It just goes to show that even in our everyday experiences there are still mysteries waiting to be solved. Number 4. Let's take a trip to our planetary neighbor Venus. Now, Venus is a pretty weird place. It's the hottest planet in our solar system, even hotter than Mercury, which is closest to the Sun. And get this, a day on Venus is longer than a year on, well, Venus. How is that even possible? Well, it all comes down to how Venus spins on its axis. That's what determines a day, and how long it takes to orbit the Sun, that's a year. Venus rotates incredibly slowly, taking about 243 Earth days to make one full rotation. But, here's the kicker, it takes Venus only 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. That means a year on Venus is shorter than a day on Venus. Imagine celebrating your birthday before the day even ends. Talk about a time warp. Number 5. We've all got family resemblances, right? Maybe you've got your mom's eyes or your dad's nose, but did you know that humans share about 60% of their DNA with bananas? You heard me right, bananas. Now before you start calling a banana cousin Bob, let me explain. DNA is like the instruction manual for building and maintaining a living organism. And while humans and bananas look and act very different, we share a surprising amount of basic cellular machinery. We both need to build cells, break down sugars for energy, and replicate our DNA. These fundamental processes are controlled by genes, and many of those genes are remarkably similar between humans and bananas. It's a reminder that all life on Earth is interconnected and we share a common ancestor way back in evolutionary history. So next time you peel a banana, remember, you're looking at a distant relative. Number 6. Let's talk about honey, that sweet, sticky treat that's been enjoyed for centuries. But honey isn't just delicious, it's practically immortal. That's right, honey never spoils. You could find a jar of honey from ancient Egypt, and it would still be safe to eat. How is that possible? Well, honey has some amazing properties that make it incredibly resistant to spoilage. First of all, it's incredibly low in moisture, which makes it difficult for bacteria and other microorganisms to grow. Second, honey is naturally acidic, with a pH level that's too low for most microbes to survive. And finally, honey contains special enzymes that produce hydrogen peroxide, a natural antiseptic. So, thanks to this incredible combination of factors, honey can last for centuries without spoiling. It's a testament to the power of nature's preservatives. Number 7. Chess, the classic game of strategy and skill. But did you know that there are more possible iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the known universe? That's right, the number of possible chess games is astronomically large. Mathematicians have calculated that there are more than 10 to the power of 40 possible positions on a chessboard. To put that in perspective, that's a 1 followed by 40 zeros. And the number of possible games is even larger, estimated to be around 10 to the power of 120. To give you an idea of just how massive that number is, scientists estimate that there are only about 10 to the power of 80 atoms in the observable universe. That means there are more possible chess games than there are atoms in all the stars, planets, and galaxies we can see. So the next time you play a game of chess, remember, you're exploring a universe of possibilities more vast than you can imagine. Number 8. Octopuses, those amazing creatures of the deep, are like something out of science fiction. They've got 8 arms lined with suckers. They can change color and texture in the blink of an eye. And get this, they have 3 hearts. That's right, 3 hearts. 2 of their hearts are dedicated to pumping blood through their gills, which is how they breathe underwater. The 3rd heart pumps blood to the rest of their body, keeping their organs functioning. And if that wasn't enough, octopuses are incredibly intelligent. They've been known to solve puzzles, use tools, and even escape from their tanks. Scientists believe that octopuses are one of the most intelligent invertebrates on the planet. So, the next time you see an octopus, remember, you're looking at a creature with 3 hearts, 8 arms, and a whole lot of brains. Number 9. We've already talked about how honey never spoils, but let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible effort that goes into making this liquid gold. A single teaspoon of honey represents the life work of about 12 honeybees. That's right, 12 bees spend their entire lives collecting enough nectar to make just 1 teaspoon of honey. Honeybees are incredibly hard workers. They visit thousands of flowers each day, collecting nectar and pollen. They store the nectar in a special sac in their bodies, where enzymes begin to break down the complex sugars into simpler sugars. Back at the hive, they deposit the nectar into the honeycomb, where other bees fan it with their wings to evaporate excess moisture. It's a complex and fascinating process, and it highlights the incredible teamwork and dedication of these amazing insects. So, the next time you enjoy a spoonful of honey, remember the 12 little lives that went into making it. Number 10. The Eiffel Tower, that iconic symbol of Paris, is an engineering marvel. But did you know that it can actually grow taller during the summer? It's true. The Eiffel Tower can grow up to 15 centimeters taller on a hot day. How is that possible? It's all thanks to a phenomenon called thermal expansion. When things heat up, their molecules move faster and spread out, causing the material to expand. The opposite happens when things cool down. They contract. The Eiffel Tower is made of iron, and iron expands quite a bit when it's heated. So on a hot summer day when the sun beats down on the tower, the iron expands, causing the entire structure to grow slightly taller. Then, as the temperature cools down at night, the tower shrinks back down. It's a fascinating example of how even seemingly solid objects can be affected by changes in temperature. So, the next time you're in Paris on a hot day, remember, the Eiffel Tower might just be a little bit taller than usual. There you have it. 10 mind-blowing science facts. Remember, the world is full of amazing and unbelievable things, and science helps us understand them. So keep asking questions, stay curious, and never stop exploring the wonders of the universe. If you enjoyed these mind-blowing facts, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more interesting fact videos.